Are you planning to make a ball with your 3D pen? I have been making lots of balls on this channel. Enough to fill a whole playlist. You can check it out down below. I made skeleton balls, balls with designs on them, balls with designs in them, and balls with designs outside of them that look quite mesmerizing, like they were made with some kind of 3D spirograph. And other times, you just need a solid ball, like when it needs to eventually become a face. Balls are challenging, so let's talk about how to make a simple pattern for a ball that you may want to make. One of the ways to make a pattern for a 3D pen project is to make a contour map and use the technique I call contour lifting. Contour lifting is putting vertical space back into a topographical map of a 3D object. When you think of contour maps, you usually think of making terrain. But actually, any 3D object has a contour diagram. In case of a ball, it's just a set of concentric circles. If you were making a ball on a 3D printer, you would need 500 of them. If you are making one with 3D pen, you can get away with just making 9. Yes, really, it's that simple. For best results, I will work on a turntable I made with a perpendicular wire going up to keep my layers centered. I will trace the innermost circle and connect it to the center, just leaving a tiny hole for the wire to go through. Now I will lift the first contour by a little bit, 3 craft sticks in my case, and I will connect it to the work surface with 4 little feet, so it stands on its own, and I can remove the reusable supports. I used to make all the circle contours first, but recently I realized that it is good enough just to land the pen on the next circle of my pattern as I connect the rest of it to the ground. Then I will lift all I have done so far and insert some more space, in this case 5 craft sticks, and make my 4 feet again, preferably just behind the next circle, so I can then land directly on that circle as I go around. If you find during the lift-off that you missed a spot, you can easily fix it right then and there and keep going to the next lift, which happens to be 6 craft sticks. You may rightly ask, how do I know that? So let's look at how I made this pattern. The largest circle will obviously be the size of the final ball. In this case, 10 centimeters, which is about 4 inches. That means 1/2 of it also represents the height of one hemisphere. I can fit 24 craft sticks into the height of my hemisphere, which is a lot, therefore I will have to divide it into some more manageable steps. These bottom circles would end up almost the same size as the final one, so I can start quite a big step up, maybe 9 craft sticks, and mark that spot. As the curve of the ball gets more dramatic, I need smaller steps. So let's say 6 craft sticks, and then 5, which leaves me with 4. I will take the top one off to accommodate the thickness of the material of the first layer, which leaves me with 3 craft sticks for this step. I will connect my division marks with the outside curve of the ball, making sure the lines are parallel to the equator. The length of the line at each level will give me the radius of the circle at this particular elevation of the ball. As you can see, there is a relationship of the sizes of the circles to their elevation in space. This relationship matters if you want a round sphere. By the way, this is a fun STEM project. One can also do the math, but I am math lazy and prefer this hands-on method. We end up with 4 gaps of 9, 6, 5 and 3 craft sticks in between these 5 circles. I will color code the circles too to make the pattern easier to use. I made a permanent set of spacers by gluing these skinny craft sticks together. Because I use these a lot, there is a video on how and why in the description. You can also tape them if you don't want to bother with glue. And if you don't have craft sticks, you can use strips of cardboard, coffee stirrers, or some such. Now that you understand what you're looking at, back to the ball building. We are in the process of filling in the 6 craft stick gap. Time to lift again and insert 9 craft sticks. And we will be done with the first hemisphere. The reason I'm making the ball half at a time is that it is easier to go from narrower contour to a wider one. The pen gets in the way if you go the other way. To achieve more seamless transition between the hemispheres, I will stop with the second one a step before the end. Now, if you want a solid ball, it is time to make the network a little denser. There is an advantage to putting in the horizontal network lines before you join the 2 halves, while you can still reach inside the ball. Adding in the horizontal lines in small patches will soften the spot you are working on, just enough to make the layers that are still kind of step-like follow the curve of the ball. Just do it carefully so you don't deform the overall ball shape. Once I have both sides done, I will stack them up with the spacer that belongs in there and stitch it all together. Now I can't reach inside anymore, but I can still do the rounding with some kind of hook tool. I prefer to smooth the final layer while the plastic is still soft, straight out of the pen. That usually works quite well, but you may notice I am struggling a little bit here because this setup wiggles on me. I forgot to stop the spin by taking the washers out and clamping the whole thing to my table. Now it works a lot better. This step, which I called instant smoothing, saves a lot of time. But it doesn't mean you won't still have to do some final cleanup with the soldering iron and a bunch of sanding with the Dremel tool, which takes quite a while to do. But that's what you are signing up for if you want a solid, smooth surface. However, not all balls have to be solid. The contour lifting technique lends itself to endless variations of design and scale. Its downside is you may have to make some extra tools, like the turntable and spacers. Check out the description for all that. Fortunately, it is also not the only 3D pen building technique out there. But that would have to be another video. So until then, go and make something.